Toss up number 1. The original manuscript of this work syncs with the Titanic in Amin Malouf's novel Samarkand. In this work, the speaker's soul declares, "I myself am heaven and hell," after returning from the invisible. In this work, a character is thumping his wet clay before one of the Ioquacious lot asked, "Who is the potter? Pray, and who is the..."
Rubaiyat.
Yeah, power.
Who was that?
Answer the following about the history of iconoclasm for 10 points each. Leo III, a leader of this empire, instituted iconoclastic policies. This refers this empire's earlier use of mosaics in churches like...
directed.
Yeah. A pope of this regnal name sent 2 letters to Leo III to argue against the iconoclasm. Another pope of this name resolved the investitude controversy after Henry IV sought absolution from him to walk to Canossa.
No, I don't know.
Like Gregory.
It's a pope.
That's not. That's a city. Gregory directed.
Yes. An iconoclastic fervor known as the Bildenstorm broke out in this country. During the 80 Years' War, Balthazar Gerard used a handgun to assassinate Wilhelm the Silent, a king of this country from the House of Orange.
Netherlands directed.
Yes. Toss up. Maurice Halgren publicly resigned from a committee supporting this person, which was headed by John Dewey. Emma Goldman called this person a hypocrite for suppressing the Kronstadt Rebellion as war commissioner.
Okay. Stalin?
No. Neg 5. Rebellion as war commissioner. This politician's followers founded the Fourth International Party as a vanguard party. This author of The Revolution Betrayed advocated proletarian internationalism and permanent revolution, in contrast...
Trotsky.
Yeah, 10.
And who was that?
Colin.
No, that was Chris.
Oh, it was. Sorry.
I don't know who Trotsky is.
My bad. Answer some questions about the science behind the February 2023 earthquake in Turkey. For 10 points each, this theory states that this Earth lithosphere consists of a group of slowly moving masses, which explains continental drift. Boundaries between the namesake objects of this theory form fault lines.
Or plate tectonics.
Yeah.
Plate tectonics directed.
Yes. The scientists proposed the theory of continental drift. As part of that theory, they theorized the existence of a supercontinent called Pangaea.
I should know that.
Hear me out, Planet.
No.
Answer, please.
No.
No answer.
Wegener or Wegener.
Wegener.
The boundary between the Anatolian plate and the Eurasian plate is of this type. The San Andreas Fault is this type of plate boundary in which 2 plates slide past one another instead of converging or diverging.
Strike slip.
Okay.
Strike slip, direct.
It's transform.
Oh, my bad.
So 10 on that bonus. One thinker from this school analogized weeds growing... Yeah, one thinker from this school analogized weeds growing an unused path to explain the importance of cultivating their potential. When a stable burned down, a thinker from this school only inquired about the people and ignored the horses.
Wait. I buzzed. Confucianism.
Yeah. Power. In this novel, a production of lovers' vows is planned during the absence of a character attending to their estate in Antigua. For 2 points each, name this novel in which the impoverished Fanny Price moves to the title estate to live with her uncle Sir Thomas Bertram.
Mansfield Park final.
Yes. This author of Mansfield Park wrote about Elizabeth Bennet's marriage to Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice.
Austin final.
Yes. In Pride and Prejudice, this Bennet sister writes, "What a good joke it will be," in a letter to Elizabeth before eloping with George Wickham.
Lydia final.
Yes, all 30. Toss up. This quantity was 9 halves for a gas that Deborah Gin's group included to form a condensate. When this quantity is non-zero, the anomalous, instead of the normal, Zeeman effect occurs. An experiment in which silver atoms were fired through it.
Okay, spin.
Yes, power. This organization sponsored the Hearts of Iron forestry Grisha as a propaganda stunt, in addition to committing the Igboto massacre in the Central African Republic. For 10 points each, name this Russian mercenary group which recently rebelled against the Russian army in Ukraine.
Wagner. Final.
Yeah. This leader called the aforementioned insurrection a stab in the back. This president of Russia ordered the invasion of Ukraine.
Putin final.
Yes. This founder of the Wagner Group is presumed killed in a plane crash. His restaurants often catered to Putin and visiting foreign officials, earning him the nickname Putin Chef.
Prigozhin final.
Yes, all 30. An artist from this country used the nickname Old Man Mad About Art. One artist from this country...
Hey, yes. This is Japan, right?
Yes, for power. One creature named for this phenomenon moves between watering holes. For 10 points each, the Australian Aborigines believe in a serpent named for this phenomenon as their creator god. Iris is the goddess of this phenomenon in Greek mythology.
Rainbow final.
Yes, the Aborigines also believed in this time period during which the world was created and ancestral figures moved along song lines. This English term was coined by Francis James Gillen.
Dreamtime final.
Yes. The Yongu people of Amhim land believe in the creator sprint Barnum Burr, who is associated with this planet. In Western reckoning, this planet is named for the Roman goddess of love.
Venus. Can I go to the bathroom for a moment?
Yeah, and that's correct. But yeah, so 30 on that bone.
Could I take a minute to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Okay, thanks.
just pause the timer.
Yeah.
I should. Hey, can you read like a hair slower?
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Also, yeah, our teammate also went to the bathroom.
All right.
Okay, we're good now.
Okay, is everyone ready? All right. I will start then. Toss-up number 6. The east of this battle was fought on the ridge of Wev. This battle began when Kurt von Brandis captured Fort Douaumont. Maurice,
Duama of Verdun.
yes, power. A character created by this author holds a basin as his father performs a C-section on a Native American woman in a cabin. For 10 points each, name this author whose story Indian Camp appears in the posthumous collection The Nick Adams Stories. They also wrote The Snows of Kilimanjaro.
Ernest Miller Hemingway final.
Yes. Another story from the Nick Adams Stories is titled Crossing This Body of Water. In Huckleberry Finn, Huck runs away from home in Missouri and rafts down this river with Jim.
Mississippi River final.
Yes. In this story from the Nick Adams Stories, the Swedish boxer Ole Anderson says there's nothing he could do about the two hitmen Max and Al's attempt to murder him.
The Killer's final.
Yes, all 30. One of this author's protagonists is guided to a city ruled by the leprosy-infected Deacon John by a one-legged creature called a Gavagi. In that novel by this author, the polyglot protagonist saves Nikitas Choniates during the Fourth Crusade and tells him about searching for the kingdom.
Like Scott.
No.
I'm buzzing. Can I buzz?
Yeah, you can.
Eco.
Can you repeat that, please?
Eco.
Yes. For power. This architect designed the Roby House and the Jacobs House in his Usonian style. For 10 points each, name this designer of the Guggenheim Museum in New York. This architect designed the pyramid-shaped Imperial Hotel in Tokyo, which was destroyed by a 1923 earthquake.
Frank Lloyd Wright final.
Yes. Wright designed this house in his organic architecture style for Edgar Kaufman. This house has cantilevers crossing Bear Run Creek in Pennsylvania and a boulder in its interior.
Falling Water final.
Yes. Wright worked in a studio with this Welsh name in Spring Green, Wisconsin until Julian Carlton burned it down. He then moved to the west version of this studio in Arizona.
Gleason final.
Yes. All 30. One variation of this item was only released in Japan to celebrate the release of a new Microsoft operating system and was called the Windows 7. An angry version of this item included angry sauce. In 2020, this item was advertised with the moldy ad, proving that all of its preservatives were removed. A rebel version of this item is sold at Hungry Jack's in Australia.
Whopper?
Yeah, for 1 word out of power, so for 10.
Okay, wait. That's painful.
Yeah,
Wait,
Heinrich.
was Hungry Jackson Power?
Yeah, it was Australia was out.
I buzzed out Hungry Jacks. It's alright.
Well, my sound doesn't work. Like the website's like bugged. I can't hear the buzz noise, so I'm usually a little late.
Buzzing is annoying sometimes. The
Heinrich Schliemann destroyed several layers of ancient Troy while working in this country, which also contains Çatalhöyük and Göbekli Tepe. For 10 points each, name this country on the Anatolian Peninsula with capital at Ankara.
Turkey final.
Yeah, Turkey contains the ruins of Hattusa, the ancient capital of this Anatolian empire. This empire signed the peace treaty with Ramses II after the Battle of Kadesh.
Hittite final.
Yes. Both Çatalhöyük and Göbekli Tepe are examples of sites from this time period. During this period, the development of agriculture led to the rise of specialized jobs and permanent settlements.
Neolithic Revolution final.
Yeah. This movement's founding father clashed with Zacharias Frankel in the Second Hamburg Dispute. That founder was Abraham Geiger. Society's contrasts and evils are a great task of the age per this movement's Pittsburgh platform. This movement's prayer book, published by the CCAR, has a title meaning the dwelling place of prayer. One leader of this movement, Isaac Mayer Wise, did not condemn the so-called Treifa banquet, leading to the founding of the conservative movement. This movement advocates progressive revelation. The plurality of American Jews belong to this denomination, which is often not recognized by Orthodox rabbis. For 10 points, name this modernist strain of Judaism.
It's just like reform.
Yeah, 10. And that was
Nice.
Chris. The alloy Invar, containing about 64% iron and 36% nickel, resists this process. For 10 points each, name this process whose volumetric coefficient, alpha, for some materials can be approximated as 3 times its linear coefficient, beta.
Oxidation directed.
No, it's thermal expansion.
Ah,
Thomson's consideration of the thermal expansion of an ideal gas led him to predicting the temperature at this point at which all molecular motion stops. The coldest possible temperature is about negative 273 degrees
Absolute
Celsius.
zero directed.
Yes. The third law of thermodynamics states that a perfect one of these substances has zero entropy at absolute zero. The 14 Bravais lattices characterize the structure of these highly ordered solids.
Yeah. Crystal directed.
Yes, 20 on the bonus. It's not the brain, but a protein secured by this organ's L cells is imitated by exenatide. That protein, GLP-1, is an incretin. The ligament of Treitz suspends one section of this organ, lacteals, in this organ transport chylomicrons. Anti-gliadin antibodies cause blunting of the wall of this organ in celiac disease. The sphincter of Oddi allows this organ to receive bile. This organ...
like the kidney.
No. This...
Is this just like gallbladder? I'm so
no.
tired.
It's small intestine.
I'm going to fall asleep in the next 5 seconds.
Okay, so 10 went dead. Toss up 11. A granite slab called the Emperor's Table is found in this city's Tijuca National Park. Paul Landowski created one landmark in this city planned during Monument Week. A sitting statue of Clarice Lispector is found in Leme in this city. Tourists in this city can...
Like Rio de Janeiro.
Yes, for power.
Good buzz.
That was
that's
Colin.
time.
Okay, we'll finish the bonus.
Who was that?
It was Colin. C.S. Fly photographed negotiations between this leader and U.S. General George Crook. For 10 points each, name this leader of the Chiricahua band of Apache. His name means the one who yawns.
Like, Cochise?
Yeah.
Cochise directed.
It's Geronimo.
Oh, we're bad.
Oh,
Geronimo fought for land in this state and neighboring New Mexico. The capital of the Navajo Nation is in this state's city of Window Rock, and its capital of Phoenix is in a country name,
Arizona
county name.
directed.
Yeah. This general captured Geronimo, exiling him to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. In another conflict, this general's forces were shipped rotten meat, which he called embalmed beef.
No, it's Spanish American.
Oh,
What? It's not anything Russian.
no, because it's Portuguese.
Like
Answer?
Miles directed.
Yes, so 20 in the bonus.
Okay.
And that's halftime.
Current score is 260 to 120. HSMSE.
Wait, what's the score again?
260 to 120.
Okay, thank you.
All right, if everyone's ready to go, we'll just continue. So, toss up number 12. The interest of a shrine underneath a wooden statue of this god originated the curse of the pharaohs. In one story, this god branded their father when he was disguised as a leopard, giving the leopard
Anubis.
yes for power. One work in this movement lists a statement that says nothing and an author discovering his idea in the act of writing as two of the Title VII types of ambiguity. For 10 points each, name this loosely associated 20th century school of literary criticism, whose followers included William Empson and W.K. Wimsatt. Monroe Beardsley, a member of this school, created the term intentional fallacy.
Behaviorism final.
No, it's new. Like, it's just new. New criticism drew a lot of ideas from this author's essay, Tradition and the Individual Talent, which advanced the impersonal theory of poetry. This author also wrote the poem The Wasteland.
Eliot final.
Yeah. In a work of new criticism titled The Well-Wrought Urn, Cleanth Brooks uses close reading on a poem by this author that opens by stating, "The curfew tolls the knell of parting day."
Thomas Gray final.
Yes, 20 on the bonus. One leader of this place was accompanied by James Boyd to Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee. Sovereignty Restoration Day celebrates the end of this place's occupation by George Paulette. One law in this place stated women and children should be able to lie safely on the roadside, called the Law of the Splintered Paddle. It's
Hawaii.
yeah, power. And that was Chris. The University of the Witwatersrand is found in this city, whose north contains the upper-class suburb of Santon. For 10 points each, name this city which in 2002 incorporated the nearby township of Soweto. It is the most populous city in its country.
Like Johannesburg. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Johannesburg directed.
Yes, Johannesburg is the largest city in this country, though it is not one of its three capitals.
South Africa.
Yeah. Johannesburg was originally founded as a part of a colony named for being north of the Vaal River, which is a tributary of this longest river in South Africa.
That's why Orange directed.
Yes, all 30. This quantity can be corrected by the factor C sub 4, which includes a ratio of gamma functions. Particle physicists use a discovery cutoff of 5 times this value. This quantity is the square root of the difference between E of quantity x squared and quantity E of x squared. The number of multiples of this quantity is denoted K in Chebyshev's inequality. Both the t-score and z-score are normalized by this quantity. For a normal distribution, the 68, 95, 99...
IBUS,
Yeah.
standard deviation.
Yeah, so that'd be Chris for 10. Harry Mullis received the Nobel Prize for developing this lab technique, which was communicated to him by a glowing raccoon during an acid trip. For 10 points each, name this technique in which Tim put DNA is mixed with primer and polymerase, then placed in a thermal cycler.
Like
Sequencing?
I'll say sequencing. Like sequencing directed.
Oh no, it's PCR. PCR hoods are often treated with radiation in this part of the EM spectrum to destroy contaminating DNA. This radiation has a shorter wavelength than visible light and can cause sunburns and skin cancer.
Yeah. UV directed.
Yeah. In PCR, there are 3 steps: denaturing, annealing, and this final step, in which polymerase synthesizes new DNA.
No.
Pretty sure you're PCR.
Answer, please.
Folding directed.
It's elongation. So 10 on the bonus. This poem's speaker promises to bequeath myself to the dirt and filter and fiber your blood in its final section, which concludes, I stopped somewhere waiting for you. A stanza of this poem describes the white bellies of 28 young men who bathe by the shore.
Song of Myself.
Yes, for power, and that was
Good
called.
buzz.
The audience rioted at the 1913 Scandal concert in this city after hearing pieces by composers like Anton Webern.
Yeah.
For 10 points,
Vienna directed.
yes, this leader of the Second Viennese School, who created the 12-tone technique.
Schoenberg directed.
Yes, the pupil of Schoenberg, another principal member of the Second Viennese School, wrote the operas Wazook and Lulu.
What? Yeah. So like Bear, direct.
Yes, all 30.
Good job.
In this opera, in order to conduct an action as done with Count Palmieri, is given to Spoletta. A shepherd boy sings in a Romanesco dialect to begin this opera's third act, which features an aria describing when the stars were shining.
Okay, Tosca?
Yes, power. One application of this principle is removing the water from an organic reaction that has water as a side product, thus driving the reaction to completion. For 10 points each, name this principle which states that a system will oppose externally imposed changes in order to maintain equilibrium.
Like, the react. I have literally no idea.
It's Le Chatelier's principle. And one method of using Le Chatelier's principle is calculating this quantity symbolized Q, then comparing it to the equilibrium constant to determine in which a direction a reaction will go.
Like the forward rate, the rates of a reaction. Final.
Reaction quotient. Chemical equilibrium for reactants in this phase is calculated from partial pressures. A liquid transforms into this phase of matter at the boiling point.
Gas. Final.
Yeah, so 10 on the bonus. During this event, Samuel Tillman read a series of...
Wait. Could you reset the buzz?
Oh, oops. During this event, Samuel Tillman read a series of statutes reflecting tender mercies. Mayor Ansel Bascom spoke about a property bill during this event. Thomas McClintock read passages from Blackstone.
Chris buzzed.
Yeah,
Seneca Falls.
yeah, for power.
Yeah, nice.
But it goes.
One of these geographic features is central to John Constable's Hay Wain. For 10 points each, name these geographic entities which John Everett Melissus's painting Ophelia depicts a title character drowning in. Thomas Cole led an art movement.
River directed.
Yeah. Thomas Cole is best known for this landscape painting, which depicts the Connecticut River from a view from Mount Holyoke.
Oxbow directed.
Yes. Thomas Cole and William Cullen Bryant stand in the Catskill Mountains in this artist painting, Kindred Spirits. This artist also engraved John Trumbull's painting, The Declaration of Independence.
Durant directed. To read.
Yeah, all 30. This instrument is featured in Livre du Saint-Sacrament, composed by Oliver Messiaen. In a performance slated to end in the year 2640, this instrument plays...
Like a organ.
Yeah, for power.
Yes. I love my Mysterium.
This character first meets their benefactor at a church where they sprinkle holy water on them, causing them to declare, "Heaven prompted me to take him in." For 10 points each, named as title religious hypocrite. Orgon invites them to live at their house, only to have them try to seduce their wife Elmire.
Tartuffe. Final.
Yes. In a modern take on the Deus Ex Machina device, Tartuffe is abruptly arrested at the end of the play by an officer sent by this man, who had heard about Tartuffe's antics in Orgon's home.
Elamir. Final.
No, it's Louis the 14th. This French author of Tartuffe died from tuberculosis while playing the hypochondriac Argan during a performance of their play The Imaginary Invalid.
Moliere. Final.
Yes, 20.
Could we get a score check?
355 to 275 HSMSE.
Okay.
Yeah, how much time is left?
There is 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right. In a poem with this title set in a forgotten Babylon, a hunter wonders about a powerful but...
Ozymandias.
Yes, for power.
Let's
Good
go.
job.
Good
That was
job.
Colin. Okay.
Where's that?
Colin. In the controversial One More Day storyline, this character's marriage to Mary Jane Watson is erased by Mephisto. For 10 points each, name the superhero who can shoot webs from their wrist and stick to walls. They gain superpowers from a radioactive arachnid.
That's Spider-Man directed.
Yeah. This Spider-Man villain, with real name Dr. Kurt Connors, lost his arm while fighting for the U.S. Army and injected himself with an animal-derived serum to grow it back.
Yeah, I think so. Like Lizard directed.
Yes. The original experiment that gave Spider-Man his powers was conducted at this educational institution where Kurt Connors teaches.
What?
School.
It's not Oxford. It's like the Brooklyn.
It's not. It is Oxford.
Answer,
It's
please.
No, because it's where he teaches. Brooklyn Academy of Sciences directed.
No, it's ESU or Empire State University.
Okay.
Heating an aromatic compound in a concentrated solution of this compound is used to block the para position. The pure form of this compound has a Hammett function of -12. Chromium trioxide is dissolved in this compound to create Jones's reagent. One method of making this compound washes the nitric oxide in a Glover tower before circulating through a Gay-Lussac tower in the lead chamber process.
Like ammonia?
No. A vanadium oxide catalyst is used to produce this compound in the contact process. The fuming form of the fuming form of this compound is called oleum. This compound is used in lead acid car batteries. The clouds of Venus produce acid rain made of for 10 points.
Sulfuric acid.
Yeah, for 10. That was Joel.
Good job.
This man was imprisoned for a year on the Isle of Youth. For 10 points each, named as revolutionary who led the 26th of July movement to overthrow Fulgencio Batista.
Castro directed.
Yes, Fidel Castro was the longtime ruler of this Caribbean nation, which was unsuccessfully attacked in the Bay of Pigs invasion.
Cuba directed.
Yes. The 26th of July movement was named for the date of an attack on this military facility in Santiago de Cuba. Castro gave the "History will absolve me" speech during his trial for the attack on this location.
Yeah, that's all I got. Like Guantanamo Bay directed.
No, it's Moncada Barracks, and that's final. Unless, we don't go past 20, right? We haven't made it.
I think that has happened in other games going
Yeah.
to 21.
Did they just go to 21?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll read it.
One more question.
This figure was
What about Teddy?
Oh, okay.
this figure was insulated from the failure of Oxavant by holding.
What happened? Is it tied?
No.
Just go past because there's
Yeah, one of the other rooms we've been in was just going to 21.
Yeah, we go to 21
okay.
and then we're done.
Okay.
I mean,
Confused about this. Whatever.
This figure was insulated from the failure of Oxavant by holding shares through their company Roivant. After this figure was accused of sounding like ChatGPT, they asked Chris Christie to give them a hug. This figure performed Eminem's "Lose Yourself" at the Iowa State Fair. After this figure voiced support for blocking Ukraine's membership in NATO, Nikki Haley noted their lack of foreign policy experience. Ron DeSantis accused this figure of being ingrained in India's caste system before an August 2023 debate where this...
oh,
Vivek Ramaswamy?
Yeah, for 10.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, nothing like a current events bonus as the last toss-up. Or the current events question as the last toss-up. This syncretic religion combines aspects of several African religions and Roman Catholicism. For 10 points each, name this Haitian religion that venerates the supreme creator Bondier. This religion's namesake dolls are used for healing and are not stabbed with needles as commonly depicted.
Voodoo. Final.
Yeah. In voodoo, this is the name given to spirits that connect Bondier to the human world. Veve are visual representations of these spirits that act as beacons during rituals.
Loa. Final.
Yeah. This Loa stands at crossroads and serves as the intermediary between humanity and Bondier. They are often depicted as wearing a straw hat and smoking a pipe.
Papa Legba. Final.
Yes, all 30. And that's the last toss.
Okay. Final score of 390 to 340.
Alright, good game, y'all.
HSMSE.
Good game. Good game.
Good game.
Very good game.